It takes a team to thrive as well as revive. Together, the Nets cracked the top 5 of the Eastern Conference last season, and while Irving left and later came back, one person held the fort: Kevin Durant. What makes KD's perspective invaluable when it comes to Brooklyn? KD's now a veteran with the team. He's also a consistent leader, and you know leaders are made in tough times. And while KD's had plenty of those, the situation with Irving must have been a first, even for him. This challenge came in the form of Kyrie Irving being suspended for his endorsement of an anti-Semitic movie. Before anyone knew it, both Irving and the Nets were facing the media heat. This meant that with Irving suspended for at least 5 games, the team's title was now at stake.
Overnight, Kyrie Irving apologizing after a firestorm of criticism and a 5-game suspension without pay from the Brooklyn Nets.
Would they be able to get over this incident? They certainly did, but Brooklyn couldn't have executed this comeback mission without the leadership of soldiers like Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 11, Craig goes down, Durant has got a highlight!
KD is a veteran player for the Nets. You see, KD has been on the team for around 4 years now, ever since 2019. Safe to say he's in the MVP zone, so you can bet that when the 12-time NBA All-Star says that the team got through with regular communication and coordination, you know he can back it up. By the time Irving joined the Nets, he already had around 12 years of experience under his belt.
9 for 3, Durant down the other end, layup is good, and the foul, Kevin Durant.
When the younger Durant shifted base to Brooklyn, his basketball experience was pretty solid. So when the stuff about Irving hit the fan, the valued leadership of members like KD must have played a great role in motivating the younger players too. Yet it's no use having a valuable player and not letting the younger players learn from him.
Oh, what a look from Durant. Millsap connects on the 3.
This channel was provided by consistent team coordination. This lets each teammate play a part in team decisions. Plus, the noise in the media about their team was perhaps a blessing in disguise for the team. KD agrees, as the media noise surrounding them only made the Nets stronger as a unit.
Durant down the other end. Pull up 3 is good!
Teamwork makes the dream work, but that's not all. Soon their strategy to stick to the team plan no matter what started to pick up speed. This led to the best thing in sports: winning. And this did not just increase the confidence of the team. No sir, the bar is set higher than that in the NBA. It caused them to work even harder. Training and team communication were key parts of this strategy.
Durant pull up is good, plus the foul.
Eventually, the Irving drama was forgotten perhaps. Maybe even better, it was a precaution for players to be politically responsible and more self-disciplined. Plus, a key part of this learning curve was simply an improving winning streak. The Nets were coming back as if they'd never been away. Brooklyn's currently in a league of its own.
Durant, the long stride, the steps, count it, and the foul.
It was only 1-5 when Coach Nash was dismissed. This excellent turnaround was remarkable and was successful in boosting the team's morale even more. Just 2 days before Irving was asked to resign on November 3rd, his team was leading the NBA scoreboard with a record of 19-7. With Kyrie's suspension, the favorite for the Eastern Conference had suddenly turned into a crisis team.
Rising up, silky smooth for KD.
The psychological impact of wins is huge. It prepares you for the next win, but not the next loss. The Nets were able to rise above this trap by just staying grounded. KD suggests that this tightness as a camp was a key part of their success strategy. While that is true, wouldn't it be interesting to see how they got there? Lucky for us, KD gives us the answers to that one too. While psychology tricks are cute, a team can only win if they put points on the board. That means improving your game. Surely a difficult task for a team suffering from the Irving drama. Not if you're the Nets. For one, the team prioritized communication over all else.
No look, Claxton slams it down on a beautiful dish.
This allowed players to learn from each other and improve themselves. It also brought the responsibility of looking out for your teammate. If the power forward doesn't cover for the taller players or keep his position, that's a problem.
Kyrie going full Uncle Drew right there as he sticks another one. 32.
In the same way, Kyrie's position when he left was point guard. What do you think the team did to compensate for Kyrie? They divided up the roles. Against the Milwaukee Bucks some days after Irving's suspension, they showed this in action. The match saw them pushing point guard Mike James and covering him with their best bet, Durant himself. KD and Mike's joint efforts got them the match, one after the other. James's confidence has only improved the chance for a Nets comeback. This led to the 29-year-old being the league champ in three-point accuracy, with a 45% average during playoffs. Still, one person who has been constant throughout both successes and setbacks has been KD himself.
Durant lines it up. Durant! Splash!
His performance both in the team meetings and on the court was remarkable. This versatility goes a long way in rescuing a team from a crisis. For one, Durant's a very versatile player. He easily compensated for Irving's loss by putting his force behind James, at least in the early games after Irving's suspension. If you don't believe it, we've got the stats for you. KD's net an average of 29.9 points in every game he's played. His success started pretty early on too, and by 25, he was already an MVP on his way up. So when the issues with Irving came up, both he and the remaining Nets team stuck together the way they did. They knew there was strength in numbers. Plus, KD has been making big numbers all on his own too.
Kevin Durant, he's got 12 with 4 rebounds. It's come in a variety of ways. Didn't look like he had control.
With his career best efficiency rates in the mid-range and the paint. His conversion rate on two-point shots is an incredible 63%. This natural talent and his senior status in the team must have been valuable to the team's recovery right after Irving's suspension. Plus, it's not like Brooklyn wasn't used to tough challenges throughout its rich history.
Durant 5 of 14 from the field. Gets stood up by Cunningham, spins, fades, connects.
The Nets have faced tough challenges before. The Nets have been on a roller coaster throughout their previous 3 seasons. It's nothing new at this point. In fact, reports of internal conflicts at Brooklyn have been spreading since early June. The Slim Reaper gave his take on these too. Simultaneously, KD was backing Irving for a long-time contract offer from the Nets. It was clear that the team was suffering from a lot of confusion. Plus, apart from the Kyrie situation, the dismissal of his staffer and trainer was something KD already wasn't happy about.
Durant against the youngster. Durant drives. Durant, it's good!
Plus, their coach being forced to resign after their 1-5 record in the recent Eastern Conference was another thing to worry about. But just as Durant said in the aftermath, you gotta keep pushing on, not as individuals, but as a unit. In basketball, there's only one way to do that: put wins on the board. In KD's experience, this has been the #1 cause behind Brooklyn's revival. This has built team spirit like never before. Each failure then teaches the team something new. Still, sometimes it's just not your day, or season even. KD has got a cure for that too. Everything will happen in its own time. To KD, a player's best bet to win games is to just push himself within reason. It's no use going so hard on yourself over something like Irving's media controversy. You just can't predict that stuff. What you can control, though, is your training routine and skills in the game. This is perhaps what put the Nets ahead of the suspension of their dominant point guard. At least this is what the legendary NBA star thinks happened. I think we can take the 2-time NBA Finals MVP winner as a pretty credible source. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.